Do you guys want to hear about my early DBD career again? Let's talk about it. So when I first started Dead by Daylight, I ended up coming in with Ghostface. Not with Ghostface. I didn't start when Ghostface came out. That's not true. I started when Night came out, but I came to the game because of Ghostface. And I remember this feeling of childlike wonder is the wrong wording, but it's the best one I can think of. I was so in awe of how fun this game was. The sound design, the core gameplay loop, the strategy involved, the diverse amount of builds, everything about Dead by Daylight killer gameplay spoke to me pretty heavily, to the point where I didn't play Survivor for my first 400 hours. And even once I started playing Survivor, I found playing with friends to be really enjoyable. And as I got to know, the game and the community, I found everything more and more and more enjoyable. And it really didn't go away for a long time. There was just something so fascinating about learning all of this new stuff and engaging in the core gameplay and having fun and the fresh feeling of each match. And I could go on probably for hours about the way that I felt about this game, but eventually frustrations tended to build up. My community will know by this point, or people who have been with me for a long time, I should say, will know that I've taken two different hiatuses from the game. I took one back in April-ish of last year, I believe. Was it April? Something like that. Wasn't April. May? Somewhere around there. And then I took another one toward the end of the year. So the first one lasted 2 months, the second one 3 months. Because realistically speaking, I was losing a lot of the spark and love and passion I had for the game. And coming back this time around, like I said back in my return video, I am not ever going to quit this game again. I have learned since my time away how to have fun and enjoy Dead by Daylight again. I have learned to find the purpose, and if I'm ever at a point where I'm just not having fun, I'll either change whatever I'm doing on the game or I just won't play the game. I have ended streams early a couple of times because the game was just not fun that day and I was frustrated and I wasn't having a good time, and I'll continue to do that if ever is necessary. But I think that a lot of what people feel in frustration with the game, some people attribute to burnout, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that the reason that people continuously shit all over the game and say it's not fun anymore is because, well, to be honest, it's probably because you've gotten better. There's a certain distinct prophecy within video games, or philosophy, not prophecy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a philosophy in video games that no video game is as fun as it will be in your first hour. And what that basically means is when you first enter games, especially newer games nowadays, where MMR and SBMM are very big contributing factors to the way games are run, you will meet people of your skill level, of your knowledge, of your understanding of the fundamentals of the game. And all of those people, let's be real with ourselves, are bad at the fucking video game. They are bad at the game. They are bad at what they are doing. They don't know what's going on. And so everybody's just kind of having a good time and enjoying themselves. And they're not really trying to win. They're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And so as time goes on and you inevitably get better at the game, right? Because like people like to joke, oh, I'm still as bad as when I first started, but you can't. Like physically, it is impossible for you to be as bad at this game at 1,000 hours as you were at 100 hours. It simply cannot happen. You're going to start learning better habits. You're going to subconsciously learn from your mistakes. It's kind of like learning a new skill, right? When you first start learning to cook or draw or sing or play an instrument, as you subconsciously correct your mistakes, you get better and better until improvement doesn't seem to happen consciously, it happens in the background. There are certain habits that I've picked up over the years, over my 1,300 hours of playing this game, that I just do and don't even think about anymore. This is actually one of the reasons that, this is a little side tangent, but this is one of the reasons that bots are so difficult to play against as killer, because in my brain and my muscle memory, I'm trying to mind game. I'm trying to do things that make the player double back into me, or make them round a corner they shouldn't have, or, stuff like that. I'm trying to do these things subconsciously, and you can't do that with bots, because bots have wall hacks and bots immediately react to whatever it is you're doing. With bots, you just have the W key. And it's so hard for me to do that because that is inherently bad killer habits. Or things like checking on gens or dropping chase after a certain amount of time. I'm not in my head going 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 until I get to 30 seconds and I'm like 30 Mississippi. Oh, I gotta leave. No, I just naturally am like, okay, I've been in this a little bit too long. I know where another gen is being worked on. I need to go check on that, etc., etc. And you'll find that if you look at your gameplay, like, objectively, you'll find yourself doing a lot of the same things. As a survivor main, I've even started doing this. Like, I'm subconsciously using check spots. I'm a little bit more patient with the pallets that I play. I'm understanding a little bit more about the distance from, how long it takes to finish a generator and stuff like that. And so when all of these little micro adjustments start working their way into your subconscious, you inevitably start climbing up the skill ladder, and you start playing against people who are, instead of playing to explore and see what the game is all about, they are now playing to win. And winning takes effort. The reason that Dead by Daylight doesn't seem as fun to you anymore isn't because the game has inherently gotten worse. I mean, have you ever watched a history of the game from, like, Ardetha? The game has objectively gotten better. It's objectively gotten better, objectively gotten more balanced, right? It's not that. It's the fact that you are now in a skill tier where people are trying to win. And sometimes you don't want to try to win. But at the end of the day, you are trying to win in a sense. Again, subconsciously, you have muscle memory to how the game is played. And so you're always in this constant kind of limbo where your conscious mind wants to just have fun with some jank ass weird build and not really worry about it, but your subconscious mind is doing all of the habits you've picked up that have gotten you to this place in the first place. It's not that competitive gaming isn't fun. All right. I think it's very fun. I love competitive gaming. I love getting into the heat of the moment and screaming and going, fuck, shit, I missed that. Fuck, I fucked up. Damn it. How did he do that? Stuff like that. I love getting into the heat of the moment and doing these kind of things. And I love competitive. For me, trying to play competitively is fun, right? I'm one of those people. Listen to me. I'm one of those people that you bitch about whenever you just want to fucking vibe out with your shit build, and I'm over here fucking doubling back to hooks and patrolling gens effectively and chasing you off and pressuring you, right? I'm that asshole, okay? You guys can flame me now, but I am that asshole trying to win my games. I'm sorry, okay? And there's nothing wrong with, like, not playing to win. You just need to understand that a lot of the fun you used to have was from everybody else not playing to win. So you're grouped in with people who are not playing to win. You're grouped in with people who are playing to win and playing their hardest while you're not. And you've essentially gotten to this level where you're, as my friend Brand says, meet your maker, haha, behavior pun. You are at this point where you are effectively fighting against the opposition as opposed to exploring with the opposition. And so you either have to force your MMR to drop by losing games over and over again, or you have to accept the fact that that's where you are. And this is where I come to kind of the final point before my conclusion. My bullet point that I wrote down says finding your peace and taking breaks. What I mean by that is I play this game for a living. I'm not allowed to take breaks, right? Not really. I can't just take 3 months off this game again because right now, as it stands, this is my income. You guys watching this video, you are helping me pay my bills. I do not have an outside job. This is my job. This and streaming are my job. But I still, when I log off for the day on streaming, unless I am just like in a special mood to like play Hillbilly or something, I don't play this game offline. I play Hearthstone, Skyrim, Overwatch. I don't really play Overwatch anymore. I might by the time you see this video, but it's just gotten boring as of late. But that's a different discussion. You know, I play those. I watch TV shows. I read books. I discover new music. I talk to I talk, not my friends, but I talk to people. I mean, I guess they're my friends. I don't know. I'm having an existential crisis in the middle of recording this video. The point is that I do take frequent breaks from this game, but I take them in micro doses. And I feel like a lot of people just don't. Like, take my friend Brand, for example. He doesn't stream on Thursdays and Sundays. He doesn't play this game on Thursdays and Sundays. And on Saturdays, he doesn't play this game when he streams at all. He plays other games because it is important for you to step away. And the reason is, and again, I don't agree with burnout, but maybe it is kind of burnout. I don't know. I don't know what else to call it, because I feel like burnout is I've done the same thing too many times and now I'm frustrated with it. This is more, I am not adapting and I need to step away until I'm ready to adapt. Right? Like, that's what I feel it is. So in conclusion, I don't think that Dead by Daylight's getting worse. I don't think that it's less fun, objectively. I just think that a lot of you guys don't really realize where you're at in terms of the game. And maybe this goes back to that whole, do we need a rank system in Dead by Daylight? I might remake that video, honestly. I might remake that video. It might be time for a retread of that subject. But anyway, that's the way that I feel. That's the way that I think about it. So at the end of the day, you know, I don't make these videos just about my opinions at you. I make these videos so that you guys can let me know your thoughts as well. This channel is all about open discussion, and so I just really want to hear your comments. Outside of that, I'd like to give a very big special thank you to our channel members listed on screen now for all their additional support. If you want to find out how to become a channel member today and get awesome perks like seeing videos early, merch discount codes, and more, then please click that join button down below. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.